Houses have single-handedly been the main topic of conversation in the Test Drive Unlimited community, and that was ever since the Solar Hotel was announced to be replacing houses temporarily, while Kiloton works on a more improved and revised version of houses post-launch. Now, in my video yesterday, we covered houses with Guillaume, and Guillaume gave us some extra details about houses and where Kiloton will take their ideas for it. And I think some of you guys got the wrong idea, and that even includes the Con official post-launch video where Alain goes over houses and basically says the same thing of how they don't want to repeat TD2 houses. And I've seen a lot of you guys say, well, TD2 houses were good as they are, they're good enough. And let's hold on for a second, because there is a large potential to actually improve what houses were in TD2. I mean, there's so many canceled features from Test Drive Unlimited 2. I don't see why good enough is enough. If it's good enough, then that means that clearly there was room for improvements. And let's go over really quick all of that. I mean, for the past 4 years covering TDU content, I've made so many canceled feature videos, as you guys can see from these. I mean, this one I just made 2 weeks ago, and we found out a dance floor was supposed to be in the houses of Test Drive Unlimited 2. Here we also have some more secrets from Secret AI, the Underground Cave, licensed clothing, watches, the auction center, Casino Island Easter egg, nightclubs were obviously a thing that were canceled. Even going back to a video I made in 2021, I covered the pool table in house, which we'll talk about this in this video. I've covered darts as well, nightclubs, the shotgun. Oh my, there's more than I even ever remembered. So there's a lot, but let's go ahead and talk about all this again. Welcome, my friends, to Test Drive Unlimited 2. Now, in order to get the DNA, you have to play the DNA. And I'm sure that's exactly what Guillaume... Oh, stinking rich, damn. My friend's getting rich out here. Anyways, let's go to one of the main houses in Test Drive Unlimited 2, and that is the Mineral House. Because this... Oh, someone just bought a yacht. Perfect timing for this video. Anyway, we'll pull up to our garage, go inside our house, and let's actually see what TD2 houses are all about, all over again. So first thing you do, you enter your house. Now there's actually a lot you could do, starting off with the fact you can frame your pictures, but we'll get into that in a second. You gotta love the UI music. Anyways, so you could do a lot here. First, we have the weather channel. Now, this is similar in Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown in your Solar Hotel. However, I kind of like the more detail like this, where it says in 2 game hours, it'll be like that. So maybe we can get an actual upgraded weather channel on our screen. You also have the news channel, which gives a lot of information about notifications, DLC, and all that. It was a pretty good concept. Then you had DLC help, which I think just had more information about it. Yeah, additional content. This is going over all of the past exploration pack, the bike pack as well. When we got this DLC is here. So nice to see all that. And there was clearly room for more channels. Don't know what they were supposed to be, but there was supposed to be there. So funny thing is, while I'm editing the video back and I just listened to me say that, imagine a replay system. You invite your friends over and you put a replay of a race that you had up on your TV and your friends, and you could watch it. Or maybe it's just a drift video that you made or something like that. I don't know, but there's so much more you could do to houses. Let's not throw it away. Next, you had My TDU Life. Now, funny thing is, many of you guys remember this. I don't think it was really used to the full extent. It would be totally nice. We don't have anything like this in Solar Crown. Like, we can see our stats, but not like this and go in detail. You can also take a photo of your character and show up on your card. You can edit your TDU life with all these different options as well. So if I want to change discovery, you have all these different options that you can change. It goes in pretty vast detail. It's a really good thing, to be honest. I just don't think it was used to the full extent. Next, you have My TDU House, which arguably is what you expect and the main part about it. You can customize your house to the way you'd like. You can even frame pictures. Oh, here we go. Some nice stream pictures. We'll frame them up right now. Stuff like this is key to the whole TDU DNA. This is what made houses extremely fun, and in fact we'll change this as well. Let me... Oh, sorry guys, the nostalgia's hitting. Normally I put dates on my photos so I remember like what stream it was from way back, right? Okay, so you know, you frame your pictures on the wall, you change your table, And that's all you can really do. You can change your walls as well if you really wanted to. Like you guys can see here. There we go. You change the floor as well. But that was my TDU house. Now, if you exit it, here's the thing. You can't sit down in your house. And if you want to obviously go ahead outside and use the pool that you had in your house, you can't use it. And to be fair, this is actually also not a possibility in the Sharps headquarters in TDU SC. But with that being said, I'm more than welcome to see an update actually giving us that level of interactivity and immersion. But anyways, you had that, and that was it. You had pool here, which was a canceled feature, as I made a separate video on. We were actually supposed to be able to play pool in this whole room. You can invite your friends, play multiplayer with them. That's one thing. There's a shotgun in this house literally because there was supposed to be a shotgun mini game. That again was also scrapped in. Just like the pool, you were able to do PvP with the people you invited over to your house. Look to your right, we have a darts here. Darts again was also supposed to be a mini game mode for houses where when you invite your friends over, you could play it multiplayer. That is what you have here. Now, the thing is, houses and the layout, you were missing things like a kitchen, you know, your bedroom you weren't really able to access in some of the houses. The layout for some of them weren't the best. And just so we're on the same page, you guys want stuff like this to return exactly the same? No bathroom, no kitchen, no bedroom, not much other than 2 couches, and you couldn't even change your fountain. Like, guys, there's so much more you could do to TD2 houses. Don't get me wrong, this house architecturally is pretty damn nice, you know, and it did have one of the better garages, but come on, there's so much more I would love to do to houses. But yeah, anyways, also Lexus LFA, please, Kiloton, please. I mean, don't get me wrong, we do have like crazy houses like this. Like, come on, like this is a pretty good house, but you know what I'm saying? And guys, this is not me saying houses were bad in TD2. I loved it. But let's not point out the fact that they could be massively improved for the better. We head over to our garage and it's looking kind of empty. The issue here is you couldn't frame any pictures in your garage. And could you imagine if instead of having your vehicles show up like this, if we could actually have like an editor that lets us place the vehicles as we like? Imagine if you could create a circle around here or put 5 cars against the wall, 2 here, and make it actually your own. Stuff like that are just small improvements that could actually work for the game, and maybe even give us mini games inside of our garage. Again, framing the pictures in the garage. But houses at their core, they were good. Don't get me wrong. They were tied to the progression, and with that being said, it made them even more so better than if you just added them for fun. But in Solo Crown, clearly they wouldn't be added for progression. They'd be added to totally up the game of the whole TDU franchise. And I say this because if you guys watch my streams many times, very rarely do I go to my house and spend a lot of time there. I do go to my house. I sometimes, you know, open the weather channel. Sometimes I go to the garage. I open up some cars, look them around. But apart from all that, I just go to the garage, switch cars sometimes, and leave. And the thing is, guys, developers aren't stupid. They know that this is what we do. They have the stats, especially since Alain works on TDU2. I'm sure he has the stats of how many players did that. And clearly that just doesn't mean houses are bad. It just means that there's room for improvements. And to be completely honest with you guys, I do not want to settle for the bare minimum when we can have literally one of the best like features of TDU and the whole genre and franchise be improved. So let's talk about what Alain and Guillaume spoke about houses, because I think we're missing the mark on it. First, we have the official Nakan video. Let's see what Alain says.
Know that real estate is something highly demanded by the community. It was something present in TDU2, where you could buy houses, apartments, and even yachts within the game and own your own property. In Test Drive Unlimited Solo Crown, you have your hotel room, but it's not really your property.
So already he knows the solo hotel isn't what players want, and they're going to work on making something that players want. That's the first thing that I can take away from here.
This is something players loved in TDU2, so it's something that requires serious consideration. I don't think we should just repeat what was done in TDU2, because in the end we all had our house, but we didn't share it much because everyone started in their own house and then went free riding.
So a key takeaway from here is he says he doesn't just want TD2 houses. That doesn't mean he's gonna ruin houses, take it and not, you know, copy what it was. It just means that he, instead of getting what we got in TD2 houses, innovate. If you don't innovate in the genre or the game you have, you'll never get anywhere. Because let's think about it for a second, guys. TDU1 was pretty good for when it first came out. TDU2 had to innovate on that. You were now able to walk around social spaces. There was a heavier influence on the whole social vibe, and that's all because of innovation. If Eden Games and Alain did not innovate what TDU was from TDU1 to TDU2, we wouldn't be here today even getting a TDU SC or even a third iteration. So when it comes to one of the biggest features of a TDU game, that being houses, it doesn't make sense to not innovate it. It makes perfect sense to do that. Again, being able to actually have more games, mini games inside of your house, actually make it so you can stay in your house for hours, the same as you could in the casino, for example. Because again, houses, you could not say that in fact, personally, I can't say I went to my house and stayed in it in TD2 for hours. It's just not something, there's not really much to do in it in that sense, guys. And I'm being as straight up as I can. Like, I understand, I love houses and I want houses, but at the same time, I'm not gonna settle for the bare minimum here. If Kiloton wants to innovate, why would I hold them back? Bro, give us something crazy. But let's go back and see what Alain says.
It was a bit of a solo experience, even though it was very cool. It's still a concept we need to evolve, but of course it's something that marked TDU's history.
So I like reading, like listening back to this, I don't get the mistranslation per se of them. For example, the solo part, he's not saying he wants it to be Solar Hotel 2.0. He's basically saying that there's a lot of features within houses, such as inviting, because you can invite your friends to your house, guys, in TD2. That's not solo. There were canceled social features for your houses. That's not solo. He's not saying he's going to make Solar Hotel 2.0. What he's saying is that there's so much more to do with houses and make them more interactive than the base of what they were in TDU2. Because remember, TD2 was rushed. For all we know, if we got houses the way they're meant to be, it would be a totally different experience. And you guys got to understand that.
And we're definitely going to work on this for the future of Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown.
So basically, he's confirming houses will come. They're currently in the idea and development process, and once they get it, hopefully, and I say this a lot, but year 2 is where I really hope we see something like this. And that's mainly because it's a very high priority, in my opinion, to get this out. And I do hope if it does come in year 2, it comes sooner rather than later. But now let's take a look and see what Guillaume said about houses in my developer interview.
I can tell you what we have in mind. We are working on it with Alain at this point. It's more like we don't want houses for houses. Because if you create houses for houses, it just create a big amount of work just for people to get something that they have, and after they are doing nothing of it. You know, like if you...
So again, he's not saying that T2 houses are bad. He's saying there's a lot more potential to what TD2 houses were. And let's go back to Test Drive Unlimited 2 again. A big example is here at the Yachts. If I remember correctly, it is the most expensive house and it is considered like end game content per se. But we'll go in here. We go inside our yacht. Beautiful. Imagine having friends over and no one can go inside your goddamn hot tub that you have on the damn Windex. Where the hell is the door? There we go. As I was saying, what is the point? You're telling me no one, and the thing is, there's a video of Tess Wintery inside of the pool at the yacht. There's nothing really you could do, bro. Guys, there's so much more potential to what TD2 houses were. I don't like, imagine you have a bar here. Why can't we drink at our yacht bar? What's the point? There's like, it's okay to point out the flaws and criticize the game. And don't get me wrong, I do criticize Solar Crown because Solar Crown would not be where it is now if I did not criticize it at all. But as I said, there's so much more we could do, so much more to houses that it doesn't make sense, guys. I don't want to settle. Oh, what a garage. Pagani, my bad, Alex. I did not mean to drop this bomb on you mid-video about houses, not getting distracted about Pagani. Pagani, where are you in Solar Crown? You guys are missing out, bro. Come on. Yotan, we need some Paganis. Come on. Anyways, so back to the interview.
Play a game with cars, but every cars are the same. You're buying the cars, and after what you do, nothing with it. You're just playing with the favorite car that has a beautiful, that is your favorite car. So it's the same thing for the houses. If you come with the real estate, you're just buying houses with, I put 1-2 millions, okay, and everyone can put 1-2 millions, and everyone has the same house at the same point. What is the meaning of the game?
Think about it. In a game like TDU, where uniqueness and immersion is key, why would we not want more customization, more uniqueness to the houses we own? I can't really like insinuate or hint anything, but there's a lot of potential to what houses can be. And I'd be lying to you guys if I said Kyoto was on the right track at all. And I tried asking on Reddit, like what you guys also want to see houses. And again, people seem like they don't want innovation. But if we don't innovate, there won't be a TDU 3. A true sequel of a game is an innovation of its previous, like, I guess you could say, well, successor is the word for going ahead. I guess I could say here, if you don't innovate, you won't get a successor. And TDU 2 wouldn't be praised if it was not an innovation from TDU 1. TDU SC, to be fair, does innovate in some key areas, but it falls short with those key features missing. However, if they're innovated and brought back better than what they were, then that's what we want. I think overall, we just all want to be able to say, oh, is TDU SC a TDU game? The answer I want everyone to be able to say at some point is no. It's better than a TDU game. And that's simply because of the innovation and features that we see go beyond what TDU was. And it doesn't make sense. GTA has innovated over its whole franchise history. And look where it is today. Forza Horizon, to be fair, also innovated, but it fell short because it realized you don't need to innovate and you'll still get players. But Killzone are different. And that's not really, that was kind of a lowball diss to Forza Horizon. I'm sorry. The game's not bad, to be fair. You guys are doing pretty well, but you know what I'm saying, guys. And in Forza Horizon's fairness, they have the audience where what the game is, it's okay as it is, and the audience likes it. So they can kind of get away with it, to be fair, especially with how large the audience is for Forza Horizon being free on Game Pass as well. Let's finish up what Guillaume said really quick.
So
there's no same house in real life.
Yeah, so we are not looking for the real estate you had in TDU experience. 2, we want a new version of it, more actual, more increasing the retention of all of that is a big thing we're all playing together after, and we're gonna say, okay, maybe it was a good thing to wait.
Thank you. And literally says, I do hope what Killzone have in mind, they're able to get it executed, because I know that it's something that Test Drive fans would want to see. And there's still ideas I see thrown around on social media about what houses can do. And I like them. Many of you guys have mentioned from mini games to be able to actually maneuver your vehicles within your garage, be able to actually sit down in your area. And that being said, it should also, if Killzone do give us the ability to sit down, to swim, I do hope that extends in the social spaces at the nightclub and the Sharps headquarters as well. Because if I could swim, I'm turning into a Sharp. You heard it here first. If that pool's accessible, say no more, bro. I'm switching just like that, bro. I swear to you guys, my loyalty is gone. But other than that, I asked him when he thinks it's going to be available, and he says he's not sure, but they are working to have it. It is a high priority, so hopefully, as I told you guys, I do hope that means it's year 2, and within year 2, the sooner the better. And because I assume we have Forza Horizon 6 next year, GTA 6, and houses, I think, is a really good feature that can set the mark to at least show you and retain some player base after those games come out. and to show and separate its difference from the other racing games in the genre. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about houses, guys. What features do you want to see? Let's not waste our time here. We all want this to be a true TDU game, but not just repeating what we had. Innovate. It doesn't make sense why we shouldn't. We want this to be better than all other TDU games we had before. So innovation's where it's at. But yeah, let me know what you guys want to see in the future of houses. What could we improve? What features can we do? What ideas can we have? I know, as I've told you, Killtown already have an idea, but it's also still nice to throw out more ideas out there, you know, get a feeling of what the player base really wants to see as an upgrade from what houses were in the past test drives, because the future's bright. I keep saying that. I'm an optimistic guy, and I just want to be able to, you know, look back at my video uploads from, you know, 5 years ago and say, yeah, it did come out nice, and they did listen to the community, and TDU is back. That's all I want. I think that's what all of you guys want. Let's not be afraid here, and let's hope that what we get in some time really is objectively a TDU game, and no one can argue that stance. In fact, better than TDU game. I'm Out7. I'll see you guys in the video. I'm out, guys. Peace.